The Indonesian government didn't ask us in. They stopped asking anyone in 6 weeks ago, when the survey teams stopped coming back. Zach found it in the satellite loop, a clearing that wasn't there Monday. By Friday, it was 200 meters wide. No burn marks, no logging, no blast radius. Just open. Adrian looked at it for a long time. Then he said 4 words.
We leave at dawn.
Jack wanted to bring a full platoon. 20 soldiers, weapons. Adrien approved 12. I looked at the melted drone camera and thought 12 might not be enough. I didn't say anything. I packed light, as always. The jungle takes everything heavy from you, eventually. The moment the canopy closed behind us, the world outside stopped existing. That's what deep jungle does. It doesn't let you hold 2 places at once. You're either in it or you're not. The 12 soldiers were good men, professional, quiet, experienced. Jack had picked them himself, which meant they were the best he knew. They stopped talking within the first hour. The jungle earns your silence. Zach walked with his scanner running continuously, logging temperature, sound, soil composition. He said the ground read differently here, compacted in ways that didn't match rainfall or root systems. Something heavy had moved through here regularly, for a very long time.
Compaction depth is consistent with something approximately 15 tons, moving bipedally.
Nobody responded. We kept walking. The first morning, Ramos was simply gone. His bedroll untouched, no blood. No sound in the night. 3 men on watch, and none of them saw or heard anything. He was there, and then he wasn't. Jack ordered tighter perimeters, paired watches. Nobody sleeps alone. The jungle didn't care about our new rules. Brant went the second night from a watch position. His partner was 6 meters away and heard nothing. By day 3, the soldiers had stopped making eye contact with each other. That's what fear does in a group. It makes everyone look inward, because looking outward means seeing who might not be there tomorrow. Marsh was taken in daylight. That changed everything. He was 20 meters behind the column. I turned around and he was not there. No sound, no movement in the undergrowth. The jungle had simply taken him the way it takes everything, quietly and without explanation. Day 5. Okoro, gone.
Compaction depth is consistent with something approximately 15 tons, moving bipedally.
He wasn't asking. He was announcing something. I recognized that voice. It was the voice he used before he changed the nature of a problem entirely. Night 5. I was awake when it came to the edge of camp. I don't know why I was awake. Something in the air pressure, maybe. Or the way Kira had gone rigid on my arm an hour before. It stood between two trees, and it looked at us. I use that word knowing it had no functional eyes. The bone vents along its skull were oriented directly at the fire, at the men sleeping around it, reading each heat signature with the patience of something that had never needed to rush. 14 meters tall, maybe more, the head alone the size of a car. And it stood there in absolute silence, in absolute darkness, deciding something. Then it turned and walked back into the jungle. It had taken what it wanted for the night. It would be back tomorrow. Pause. A dark realization. It had been here every night before this one. I sat with that until dawn. I didn't wake anyone. There was nothing to do with the information except carry it. And the night was already heavy enough. Day 6, morning. Another man gone in the night. Sergeant Okoro, the best soldier in the group. Taken the same way as all the others. Jack found the empty bedroll and didn't speak for 4 minutes. Then, he picked up the satellite radio.
This is Reacher. I need heavy armor, 15 tanks, 100 infantry, full munitions. Coordinates to follow. Authorization, Black Sierra 7.
Adrian was quiet for a moment. Then,
6 men, Adrian. 6 in 6 days. Not a print, not a feather, not a drop of blood. I am not leaving this jungle without knowing what is in it.
Adrian looked at him. Jack looked back.
Approved.
I looked at the jungle around us. I thought about the shape at the fire's edge the night before. The patience of it. The silence of it. Whatever it had given us, we were about to take back. In a very different currency. The tanks arrived on the 7th day. 100 soldiers fanning out behind them in a line 2 kilometers wide. Jack stood at the front and watched them come, and something in his face had gone very quiet and very cold. The first shell hit the jungle at 0620. I felt it in my chest before I heard it. A tree that had stood for 400 years came apart in less than a second. Then another. Then another. The line of tanks advanced, and the jungle retreated, and between them the earth became something it had not been in 10,000 years. Flat. Open. Exposed to sky. The infantry swept every meter of fallen ground. Thermal scanners, dogs, manual search teams working in grids. Zack monitored every frequency. Adrian stood on elevated ground and watched with the expression of someone watching a balance sheet clear to 0. It took 2 full days. 300 square kilometers of jungle reduced to plain. Every tree down, every root system exposed, every tunnel, burrow, and hollow searched and catalogued. The smoke could be seen from the coast. They found nothing. Not a bone, not a scale, not a print. Not a nest, not a den, not a tunnel. 300 square kilometers of jungle reduced to open earth, and the search teams walked every meter of it. and came back with empty hands and quiet faces. Jack read the final report in the middle of what used to be forest. He read it twice. Then he folded it and put it in his pocket and stood without moving for a long time.
It was here. I know what I saw.
Nobody disagreed. We had all seen what we had seen. The empty bedrolls, the silence before each disappearance, the shape at the fire's edge on night 5, reading us by heat, deciding who to take next. Zach's final scan found one anomaly, a thermal residue in the soil 20 meters below the surface. Old. Months old. He noted it and moved on.
Whatever it is, it was never fully here, not in any way we can measure.
We walked out the same way we walked in, on foot. Just the 4 of us now, and 6 empty spaces in the column where men used to be. Adrian filed a report with no conclusions. His exact words:
Insufficient data. Recommend continued observation. The asset is viable.
I'm still not sure what asset he means. I haven't asked. Jack said nothing for 3 days after we left. On the 4th day, he started cleaning his rifle again. That means he's already thinking about going back. Zach keeps returning to that thermal residue 20 meters underground. He says it doesn't match any known biological pattern. He says it matches something that shouldn't exist. He's been saying that for 2 weeks. I looked back once from the edge of the plain. 300 square kilometers of open earth lay behind us. Flat, completely exposed, nowhere to hide, no shadow, no cover for anything. We had taken its jungle. Every tree, every shadow, every ancient hiding place, gone in 2 days. And it was still there. A shimmer at the far edge, stationary, watching us leave the same way it had watched us from the fire's edge, carefully and with patience. The jungle was gone. Whatever lived in it was not. It didn't need the trees. It never had. We had spent 10 days, 6 lives, 15 tanks, and 100 soldiers learning that a thing can be completely present and completely unfindable at the same time. I don't know what it's waiting for. I don't think it's waiting for anything. I think it simply continues the way it has continued for 3 million years, long before this jungle grew, and long after the next one does.